primarily what we were working with was a learning contract. These are gifted and non-gifted 5th and 6th grade students that you're seeing. When you're working with a wide range of abilities, particularly with gifted children who have asynchronous development and oftentimes make intuitive leaps. Well, in those intuitive leaps, sometimes we skip little pieces that at the time aren't significant, but in later development we realize, oops, we needed that. So it becomes really important. I don't want to waste their time. Equally, I don't want to not have provided them with something that they needed. In a learning contract, it's a little bit different in that the skills are specifically identified. I have to make sure that my 6th graders have met all the 6th grade objectives. Well, when we did our pre-testing, we discovered, oops, some of you have 1 or 2 of these missing. So that's where they start. And then they contract through those activities and then move on to the 7th, to the 8th, to the 9th grade objectives, depending on where they are. I have some kids that had complete mastery of all the 6th grade objectives. We pre-tested the 7th grade. They had mastery of 7th grade. And then they're working on the 8th grade geometry standards. Formative assessment is really a vital part of what we do in making sure that I know exactly where my kids are. Okay, flip open to your study guide, to that learning contract. How do you know what you need to work on? Mrs. Brown arbitrarily went through and said, oh, I want Sam to do this and this and this and this, right? No, darn. Would have been fun if I could have done it. Karsten, what's it based off of?
It's based off of what area you're struggling in.
Okay, and how did I find that out? I'm magical. I just know, Gwen. How did I find that out?
The pretest you took.
All right, the pretest you took determined what concepts you still are struggling with at a 6th grade level. Now the easy part of this is you don't have to listen to me talk about something you already know. You only have to listen to the part that you need. Makes it easier for me as a teacher. I don't have to teach you stuff that you already know. So I'm not wasting my time, but more importantly, I'm not wasting your time. Because I don't want to waste your time. I want you to get just what you need. And that's the advantage of being able to do the Learning Center contracts, because you can look and decide. This is what I need, this is what I don't need. How am I going to know what you need in your extension menus when we get down to extension 1? How do we always determine what we need to know? Adina?
We're going to take another.
We're going to take another pretest. Do pretests go in the grade book?
No.
No. Do you stress over pretests? No. Yeah, well, yeah, some of you do. But you shouldn't stress over pretests, okay? Because it just lets us know what you know and what you don't know. So today, I'm going to be talking with people about angles. Those of you at 6th grade, I'm also going to be pulling a group who did really well on some area activities, because I want to start talking to you about irregular area. Everybody know what they need to do? You're looking at me blankly. Nod your heads yes. Nod your head no. I don't.
This one, and I count the sides. Wouldn't this be a pentagonal prism?
I think you're correct. How many? Your base has how many sides?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. Okay. So, and it's a prism.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Can I have anyone who needs to talk about angles meet me back at the back? Angles. Any angle people? Any angle people? We do a lot with flexible grouping. The groups change constantly depending on student need. And that's the biggest thing, is understanding that this is not something that you do on a Monday and then we're done. It's a commitment and a process with the kids to make them successful. And she found the first number, which was 130 degrees. It wasn't 130 degrees though, was it? No. Okay, so double check. Make sure that you're thinking in terms of, okay, wait a minute. This can't be an obtuse angle, it's too small. Think about your protractors. Use your benchmarks, because benchmarks are what messed you up. All right? Questions? All right, I want you to take your angle worksheet. That's what I want you to work on right now. I'm going to come around and check on you. All right? Vámonos. So tell me the formula for the area of a triangle.
Base times height divided by 2.
Base times height divided by 2. Okay, so in this particular instance, what was your base?
9.6 centimeters.
Okay, and what was your height?
14 centimeters.
So what did you do?
Multiplied them.
And then did?
Division by 2.
You got it. Class?
Yes.
Why am I letting you do the grading? Why am I letting you assess yourself? Caleb.
So that you can figure out how to do it if you got it wrong.
Okay, so if you didn't get it right, you need to back up. Figure out, oops, I don't get this. I still need help. Kaylee.
And because it's not about the grade, it's about the learning.
Thank you, Kaylee. It's not about the grade. It's about the learning. It's not about the grade that you're getting. Right now, you are revisiting material. It's not about the grade. It's about the learning that's taking place. So go check, double check. Did I get this right? If you didn't, back up. Talk to me, talk to a neighbor, talk to someone else. Figure it out. So if you need to check, come get them. Sorry to disturb you, back to work. I really encourage my kids to challenge and push themselves out of their comfort zone. That's hard to do sometimes. People assume that gifted kids are risk takers. Not all gifted kids are risk takers. Many of them shy away from that for fear of failure. So one of the things I really encourage them to do is log your time, show me your progress toward goal, and step out of that comfort zone a little bit. Push yourself. For a lot of these kids, they've heard over and over again how smart they are, how bright they are. When that becomes who you are, it's really hard to challenge yourself because fear of failure is debilitating. So if I'm afraid to fail because who am I? Well, I'm the smart kid. I'm the kid who always knows the answers. Well, in a gifted program, my goal is to provide them opportunities where they don't always know the answer. I have to teach them how to struggle. I have to teach them, in some cases, how to persevere through that challenge. I tell my kids, if it's easy, it's really probably not worth learning. I want to visit, please, with Jason K. I want to visit with Ian, Mason, Jason, Ryan, and Blake. Come join me, please. Okay, so you guys did a great job at your regular area. So now it's time to step it up a notch. All right, Jason? You ready to step it up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's surgery time. We're going to take these shapes, and you figure out how do I break them apart so that I can figure out the area. Break them apart. All right, Ian, I see you putting in some numbers. Do you need to put other numbers in?
You don't have to, but it's easier.
It's easier. Good job. Okay, so he's figuring out that there are dimensions that aren't labeled that I need to label. So figure out the dimensions. Now, you are not all dividing them the same way. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Yes? I'm hearing the marbles rattle as you nod your heads. This man's brain is on fire. Okay, so flip it over. Create a shape for me that would be irregular, that you believe you could solve. Don't be evil. That grin makes me nervous.
Right next to it.
That's up to you. I would make some notation to let myself know I aced this, or, ooh, before I take the assessment, I want to go back and revisit this one again. Okay. I did okay, but maybe I didn't do as well as I would have liked to.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this information is for who?
Me.
Yeah, it's for you. It's for you to know. It's your information. Are you comfortable that you have an understanding? So log these scores.